Good evening, and welcome to the 7 o'clock news. My name is Stephen Armstrong, and tonight's spotlight is one for the millennials. The topic is, what is the right of publicity, and how does it relate to modern technology, specifically social media? Social media makes it easy to copy, paste, and share, but where is the line drawn? Before we begin, a thank you to the researchers at 5 Girls and a Guy, who provided the information for our segment. Now, over to Marissa.
Thanks, Stephen. So what exactly is an individual's right of publicity? Essentially, it ensures the protection of your identity. In this instance, your identity can consist of aspects such as your name, picture, voice, and likeness. These aspects of your identity are protected against unauthorized commercial use, if you live in one of the few states that recognize a legal claim for violation of the right. Currently, at least 31 states recognize an individual's right of publicity by statute or by common law. In these states, the law accomplishes protecting individuals in a similar manner to copyright and trademark laws. Right of publicity laws share the commonality of fair use in copyright cases, which is called transformative use in right of publicity cases. Even more similarly, in connection to trademarks, right of publicity laws share the common goal to eliminate public confusion between products, or in this case, people. But due to the lack of a federal statute, there isn't much uniformity in right of publicity laws across the states. Now over to Erin.
Thanks, Marissa. The right of publicity is not very straightforward and varies from state to state. California is one state that has a right of publicity statute. This statute states that legal action can be taken against anyone who uses a deceased personality's name, voice, signature, photo, or likeness for commercial purposes without prior consent from the deceased's family. For the most part, the First Amendment limits what falls under rights of publicity. Content that is deemed newsworthy, art, parody, video games, or comparative advertising are all excluded from publicity right claims. Many states require a written release when a person's likeness is commercially used. However, how do we determine what is considered commercial use? A prime example of this difficulty is found in Jordan v. Jewel Food Stores Incorporated. A Chicago supermarket was sued by Michael Jordan when the store ran an ad prior to his induction into the Basketball Hall of Fame. The ad read, "Jewel Osco salutes number 23 on his many accomplishments, as we honor a fellow Chicagoan who was just around the corner for so many years." In 2012, a judge ruled that the speech was considered non-commercial speech and was protected under the First Amendment. This decision was ultimately reversed when the court ruled that the advertisement was used to promote and enhance the supermarket and the Jewel brand. Now over to Rebecca, who has the latest on Perkins v. LinkedIn.
Thanks, Erin. In 2015, Paul Perkins brought the LinkedIn Corporation to court for an alleged violation of an individual's right of publicity. LinkedIn has a feature where users are able to connect their email account to their LinkedIn account and import their contacts to make it easier to find connections. If a user requests to connect with another user, but the other user does not accept or decline the connection, LinkedIn sends the user 2 reminder emails. Perkins argued that, while the individual consents to importing their contacts and sending the connection invitation, he or she does not consent to the reminder emails. This poses an issue regarding the right of publicity, since the reminder emails use the individual's name and likeness. Perkins won the case under the premise that the user did not consent for their name or likeness to be used with the reminder emails that LinkedIn sent. LinkedIn has also added the reminder emails into their terms since the decision, so that the user must consent to their name and likeness being associated with the reminder emails.
A look back in time would show that the issue of technology crossing the lines of law is nothing new. Vanna White, the famous TV personality from Wheel of Fortune, filed suit against Samsung after an ad ran of a robot that looked too much like her to be a coincidence. Said robot was hosting a futuristic game show selling Samsung's products. Vanna claimed this lookalike caused viewers to mistake her as an endorser of the product. This case went to the Ninth Circuit Court. Under the Lanham Trademark Act and California common law, Vanna won the right to control her persona, which was a big win for celebrities fighting for their image.
There are millions of social media accounts impersonating real people that are spread across different platforms. These imposter accounts promote commercial products and celebrities, attack political candidates, and sowing discord. Social media platforms have set up policies to shut down imposter accounts, but do they actually follow the policies? According to an investigation by the New York Times, social media companies generally fail to enforce the policies they created against impersonation. These fake accounts enable the spread of fake news and propaganda. Social media platforms' main business model is to gather the most active users as possible, so they make it relatively easy to create new accounts.
Thank you, Antonia. Before we leave, a word on Twitter jacking, where someone will create an account impersonating someone else. Where is the line between an account having the picture and name of another person and the account being a violation of your right of publicity? After all, celebrity parody accounts are abundant. The key, according to the American Bar Association, is whether or not the account is used for commercial reasons. So long as there is no commercial component, the right of publicity cannot be implicated. To wrap up, we want you all to be aware that your name, picture, voice, and likeness are protected by the right of publicity either by statute or common law in a majority, but not all, states. We want you to be aware of the fake accounts, the bots that are on social media sites like Twitter and Instagram that can be impersonating you. Be aware of what you give consent to. Look at what happened with Perkins v. LinkedIn. Without your consent, social media does not have the rights to your name, picture, voice, and likeness. What does the future hold for the right of publicity? The big problem is the process of getting a fake account taken down. Sites like Facebook and Twitter require proof of identity to shut down a bot that is impersonating someone. But no identification is required to set an account up. Balancing ease of setup as well as user protection will be the future challenge for social media sites. And with that, we are out of time. Thank you for watching, and join us next week for our special on whether or not Saquon Barkley's child will declare for the draft straight out of the womb.